up underneath the, oh mate, I didn't realise how much, what my face looked like until I can see it in that little viewing mirror. But yeah, so getting up underneath the Torana, cleaning up underneath that boot floor. I'm risking life and limb working on this bloody car. Have a look at that. That bloody redback, eh? I've spent a few nights cleaning up underneath here. So, just cleaning off the worst of it underneath. I'm not going to go like totally extreme on the underbody, but as you can see, I've cleaned off all the loose rust. I've treated the underneath with Penetrol and left that a couple of nights. Even inside here, you can see the Penetrol's kind of done its job. Lots of cleaning up in there. It was quite messy. And then last night I did paint strip the door jambs. I just thought to myself, you know what, while it's sort of up here in the air, may as well take advantage of it. And then that way, once it's down on the ground, I don't have to, I thought I may as well get the repairs on the sill done originally, and then I thought, you know what, I may as well strip this sill. If I'm going to do the repairs, I need to get it back to bare metal. So as you can see there, I've bare metaled even the entire way up underneath. There was actually some very slight surface rust even the whole way up underneath that sill panel. I did do one patch up here, another patch around here type thing, and there was another one here. I did them a while ago. I actually found another. There was a couple little spot holes which I did clean up here and there, but apart from that, this was the bad side too of the entire car. This was the bad side, but as you can see there, this is why I don't think it's necessary to sandblast this car. I'm glad that I've gone about it this way. As you can see there, we've got some very nice bare metal, clean steel. The next thing I'm going to do is get some deoxidine, or it's actually called Rust Buster or something like that. Yeah, this is a product that I've got, but it's the same as deoxidine. So if you read it, it is phosphoric acid. So for that application, this is the right thing. So that's sort of what I say, you know, like we've got loads of different kinds of products, and, you know, Penetrol, I'm basically using that for the spots that you can't get this stuff to, the stuff that you can't actually clean up 100% properly. That's what I'm using the Penetrol on. I mean, yeah, technically you could sandblast all up under there, but that's further than what I want to go on this car, you know. Yeah, this is as far as I want to go, so that's what I'm doing. Anyway, I just thought I'd capture this moment just to show how well you can clean up your body of your car, you know. To me, my time's kind of free, and in a way, I guess, you know, I don't mind spending a couple of hours out here cleaning off all of that bare metal. I'd rather do that than pay someone else, you know, a few $100s to sandblast it. And there are other, you know, downsides to sandblasting. You've got to get sand, and it's kind of messy. And you've got to take everything else off as well, you know what I mean? So you've got to like gut the entire car, you know, take it further than what I really want to take it anyway. And you've got to get it towed out of your garage as well. So that's another expense and more time consuming, so.
Howdy YouTube, let's get ready to climb some shit up, baby. I might not be talking the whole way. I might even be singing. Honey, I'm a perfect son. So, first up, we're going to get some primer down.
know some people, like everyone seems to be an expert when it comes to restoring cars, and I'm not saying don't give advice and feedback and ideas and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, there's like many more than one ways to skin a cat. So I've just got to come up with the way that I think is going to be good enough, or the best, you know. And after doing the other side, I decided that sandblasting is definitely not the be all and end all, and it's probably not even the best way to do it. So what I would say the best way to do it is to paint stripper, sanding, and also wire wheels. So that's killer. Like, that's high power. Have a look at that. Like, that's amazing. Now you can't get into everything with that, but I do have lots of other different wire wheels. So from down at Bunnings, same thing, they're cheap. You get a full pack of these. You got the little ones that gets into all the little nooks and crannies. I think I actually bought a few more out over here too. Yeah, that's right. I had another one of this that was slightly bigger, but these ones are actually quite handy as well. All the different shapes, and you can see this one here, I actually I ground that one down a bit just to get up into those little spots like that. So you'd be surprised at how much you can do with the humble old wire wheel and a little bit of time. I think it's definitely less messy than the sandblasting. So in an ideal world, this is how I would go about this, even if money was no issue. So some people are like, oh, you know, you're being a tight ass because you're not sandblasting it. But I actually still wouldn't even recommend sandblasting an entire vehicle unless it's really bad and it really needs it. So like, you'll find, I'm going to strip that paint off with paint stripper. I'll then get the wire wheel onto it, the wire brushes, and then I will get some deoxidine, which is like some rust treatment. And it's going to be like brand new metal, you know what I mean? So that's what I've been using, phosphoric acid. Well, it's actually, yeah, this one's rust buster. All I would do is any pitted areas. So things like this, this side is actually not the bad side. The other side was actually heaps worse. So things like around here, where it started to pit a little bit, that's the place where I would sandblast. And you can even, like, as long as you've got enough air pressure behind it, you can get yourself, like some people were saying on Instagram and stuff like that, that the little hand, the ones that you can get for home use for a couple of $100 down at the tool shop, and then you get yourself like some garnet or whatever, and then you can, like, you're probably best off doing it outside, they were saying, if you can do it in your yard or your driveway, and then you just sort of sweep up the dust as you finish. But yeah, just blast the spots that you need to blast rather than doing the whole thing, you know what I mean? So I think I've even had some people say sandblasting is for lazy people. Like, it's just a lazy way to get it all off. And then you got to think, all of that sand or the dust or the garnet that's just all through the cars, like, you'd be blowing it out for ages. You get it all inside here. But I guess if you're doing just smaller sections, you can be a bit neater with it, you know what I mean? Do a bit more masking or something like that. So I don't know, that's the way I'd probably go about it. But for now, I'm not even going to bother. I don't think I need to do it that way. I've been using, rust proofing all up underneath, and then, this is going to come out really good. Anyway, I'll turn the camera because I actually got to get to do some more work, or else nothing's going to get done. But I'm kind of waiting. I actually found these cuts off I found some guy, I couldn't even believe it, that he wasn't advertising a cut, but he had all these other things advertised. I'm like, mate, you haven't got, like, because we tried making this, and it's just that's a bit of a, like, my panel beater mate has kind of given this a shot, and it's hey, we could continue on with it, but it's tricky, as you can see. So we found a couple of cuts, and that's amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna keep working. Stop yabbering. That escalated quickly. All I could see from the top was these two tiny little holes there. I thought, oh yeah, I'll get the wire wheel. What I was actually doing is getting the wire wheel just to sort of scratch up the paint, just to let the paint stripper seep in. It turned into be a big old repair. There was so much bog in there, it's not funny. Obviously goggles, eye and breathing protection. I just got a dust mask. was probably the worst of it then. There's that one little hole up over there. The rest of it's actually not that bad, considering. Oh well, I better get to making a patch, I guess. The orbital with a bit of 80 grit onto the rest of it. I'll brush some paint stripper up under here. The rest of it's not too bad. Alright, gotta get to making a patch. So there we go. I got that patch welded in and it's looking good. Pretty damn solid. It looks like there's no holes left inside there for the air and moisture to get in through. Looking good. Yeah, there's a couple of little holes through there as well. Plug them up and continue on with what I was doing. I do have a couple more smaller holes through here. Looks like there's a bit of something here. I might actually have to have a bit of a dig out, you know, a bit of a grind out with that and then see how bad that gets. But yeah, all good. So for a little while there I was you know, brought down by some of the comments on this channel, but I'm at the point now I just don't care. Like, yeah, people wanted to criticize my work because like I'm confident in it myself, so like, and it's my car, so yeah, I'm not going to go on about it too much. I'm just going to keep on going through the video series, because it was actually some young guy, and he's like 16 or 17 or something like that, and he asked me a few questions. He's like, oh, when's the next update coming on the Torana? It just made me realize, I guess, that there's loads of people out there that can still learn things, even though like I know in my heart of hearts that I'm not doing this to the highest quality standards. I know I'm not a panel beater, you know. And like this is one of the ones, and if I was that ashamed of it, I wouldn't be showing you, right? People were criticizing me about this, and I was inside reading the comments, and I'm like, oh yeah, maybe it is really that bad. And the first thing I thought to myself when I came out, like I came out and had a look at it, I'm like, oh, I've ruined my car, blah, blah, blah. Came out and had a look at it, I'm like, mate, it's not going anywhere. That's solid. That's stronger than factory. Like, even look at these factory welds. Like, they are not exactly that neat, you know what I mean? And they don't even like do a full weld the whole way down, you know what I mean? Like, I've actually put, so they'll go a weld here, weld here, weld here, you know what I mean? Like, they don't actually weld the whole way down. So, and that's why I didn't do the whole thing. I'm like, man, there's a lot of welding, and there was also like a lot of impurities in there from maybe coming from the inside, and it was a bit of a prick to weld. Maybe I could have cleaned it up a little bit better, but it's one of those things. I don't do this all day, every day, you know? So as I do more, I think I'm getting better. I actually reckon I did a really good job at this patch, you know? The more I weld, the more I'm going to get better at it. It's like anything, mate, you know? No one was born great at everything, but I'm doing that old getting defensive again, so getting sidetracked. Where were we up to? That's right, I'm just going to have a look at these things, all these rusty sections. So that's actually going to need a little bit of a plug up there. That hole's not meant to be there. But what I did last night, well, when I cut that off, I got the penetrol out. So yeah, like I've got lots of different rust converters and things like that. And look, they all have their place. So I've basically decided that this penetrol is great for places that you can't get to, if you know what I mean. So places that you can't get this to, if you can safely get this, or you know, if you can get this to the section, you're best off using this, because it's an acid. It's called phosphoric acid, and it just bites right into it. The inners that you can't get to, I've found penetrol is the way to go. So yeah, they also say that this epoxy primer, that's what I've been using so far. They say that you can paint straight over rust, so I mean surface rust, but I'd rather not do that where possible. But yeah, anyway, enough gas bagging. I'm going to keep going on with the job. I'd like to say a big thanks to everyone for watching, and if you'd like to support the channel further, you're more than welcome to go over and check out some of the merchandise we've got. My personal favourite is those spray suits, so they're a good quality Colad branded spray suit with the Gunman logo on it. There's also hats, drink coolers, hoodies and t-shirts, so be sure to go over and check out the link in the description if you are interested.